Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. All my new subscribers, all my returning investing besties, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate you all being here. We are back from vacation, rested, and now I'm just putting out some content for you guys. And I know I got to get caught up on a lot of your videos, so you're going to be seeing some of my comments. So yes, we're going to be talking about the 5 stages of FIRE in this video. We're also going to be talking about our progress on our FIRE journey, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks so that if you are interested in approaching financial independence, retire early, or even if you just want to have financial freedom, whatever it is, I'm sure that these tips and tricks can apply to you as well. So let's get into the video so we can get to the chatting. So there are 5 types of FIRE. FIRE just stands for financial independence, retire early, and it is a movement that is just getting a whole lot of traction. And I figured instead of just doing a standard like gloss over video in front of the camera with some like screenshots here and there, I wanted to bring you into the spreadsheets, because you know I love the spreadsheets, and really dig deep under the numbers and really get to the nitty-gritty of what financial independence is all about. And perhaps if it interests you, you can join as well. So there are 5 types of FIRE. The first one is coast FIRE. This basically says that if you invest enough money, you can actually stop contributing to your investments and still have a nice nest egg. Now, a lot of the younger crowd like coast FIRE because they have a lot of time for their money to grow. So if you go on YouTube or social media, you'll see a lot of 20, 25-year-olds who are trying to achieve coast FIRE because they have time on their side. We don't. We are 36, and so we don't have as much time as they do for our investments to grow. And because we still want to retire early, we need to make sure, you know, that we line everything up correctly. But yes, coast FIRE is basically invest enough and then you can stop your contributions and your money will just continue to grow. If you want a copy of this spreadsheet, because I did put amount needed and current progress in case some of you are interested, I'm gonna turn up the brightness. If you are interested, just let me know and I'll send you a copy of this for free. Next is lean FIRE. So lean FIRE sounds exactly what you think it is. It is basically a minimalist, bare bones, simplistic budget type of lifestyle. So hardly any extras. A lot of people like this type of FIRE because look, they are just tired of the boss. And so they want to retire a little quicker, but they can also live off of $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year, $40,000 a year. So that's lean FIRE in a nutshell. Next is traditional FIRE. This is basically retiring early anytime before the normal retirement age of 67. Let's cross our fingers that they don't increase it, but yes, 67, and you can just live very comfortably. Next is barista FIRE. I like barista FIRE because a lot of people enjoy what they do. A lot of people don't want to resign from their job or quit. They like what they do. They just want to scale back the hours. And so you can go down to part-time and still have your investments pay some of your living expenses, or at least your main ones. And so barista is nice if you like to work at Starbucks because you know you spend all your time and money there. Maybe Target, because I love Target. I could spend hours at Target. So why not get paid working there part-time? And it's not that you even need the money, but you use it for like extras and traveling, gives, things like that. But your investments can pay for your hardcore main expenses. And of course, last but not least is fat FIRE, the stage or the version of FIRE, the type of FIRE that my husband and myself are trying to achieve. And that is fat FIRE. Fat FIRE basically means you can have enough money invested to retire early and live right. Now look, I have a 7 here. That's supposed to say and y'all gonna have to forgive your sis because look, this is real life, right? This is real. Y'all still love me though anyway, right? And so yes, you want to live well. You may want to travel, go out to dinner more. Perhaps when you have grandbabies, you want to start investing and saving for them. This will give you the money to do those things. So those are the 5 stages of FIRE. Now people add other stages here and there, but these are like the main types of FIRE. Now here's some notes over here for you to consider. There's something called the 4% rule. This was based off of the Trinity study that basically said if you save and invest 25 times your living expenses. By the time you reach your early retirement number, you can just withdraw 4% of those monies each year and have enough money to live off of for at least 25 years. Some people can go down to 3%. Some people want to go up to 5% because they want to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Whatever works for you. I'll leave a link to the Trinity study and the 4% rule article in the description box below if you wanted to go and just, do some more reading on it. Very, very good information to look up. Next is adjust for inflation. This is so important. You have to make sure that you're in your goals, in your budgets, in your financial journey, you are considering inflation, because let's just be honest, things are going to cost more in the future, food and different things like that, and you want to make sure that you have enough money allocated for just your basic necessities, because everything is just going up. And of course, the basic foundation to financial independence, retire early, is you must save and invest more than you spend. There's really no other way around it. You make a sacrifice now so that you can live well later. So let's come over here to a F.I.R.E breakdown. So we achieved F.I.R.E, guys. Woohoo, go us. And so basically F.I.R.E, our F.I.R.E here, it says that because we have invested enough money, if we decided, you know what, we don't want to achieve early retirement, we want to just go on and retire at 67, we would have over $3.5 million. Why? Because we're currently 36. And we want to retire at 67. That's 31 years of compound interest, working hard for us. This is why I'm always talking about investing. Invest a little bit if you can. We started with 100 dineros, $100, and just build from there. Now, I got this information from a website that I went to called Wallet Burst. Very, very good website with some good calculators for financial independence. I put all of my information in. Simple, guys. 36 current age. If we retire at the normal retirement age with $100,000 to spend per year in retirement, our current assets, and just put all the information in. $410,637 was our how much we needed to have invested. But because we have 575, if we decided to stop, I'm going to move my face over here. If you bring your graph up, by 67, we would have $3.5 million. Insane, but that's the power of compound interest. So let's go back on over. Now, one of the first things that I suggest anybody do, I'm putting my face in here so you guys can see, is create a mock budget. I am a huge fan of mock budgets because it allows you to project. Now, you won't know everything for the future, but you can project based off of now, and you want to have some type of idea of what your situation is going to look like. And so we wrote for when we retire early what our monthly expenses probably would look like, okay? And so we wrote it all here for a month. Then we wrote down the cost for a year. Now you can see I just said 100,000 to live off of, but I was getting a little too happy with this spreadsheet. I was just like, wow, we could do this, we could do that. But again, guys, look at this, $3 million. Amazing stuff. And you'll be surprised how much things cost over 25 years because things add up. And again, guys, we just like having a round number to see exactly what we will need for early retirement. So yes, make a mock budget, put some numbers in, think about what life will look like for you, and just go from there. Now, brain dump. I'm gonna move my face over here. Brain dump is something that I really like to do because it's a lot of stuff that be swirling up here and I like to get it down. But if you are considering financial independence, retire early, or if you just want financial freedom, these are some things you should consider. Number one, what your current and future living arrangements are going to look like. We have a special needs son. He is going to need our financial support probably for the rest of his life. We have to factor him and his expenses into our goals. Next is create a mock budget. I just talked about that. Number three is consider how much time you have. Now, this is really important. Whatever your current age is and the age you want to retire. Remember, retirement is not an age, it's a number, but you need to make sure you know how much time you have. So if we're 36 right now, if we know we want to retire at 40, 41, 42, 45, we need to know in that time frame what our investments need to be doing to get us up to where we need to be so that we can achieve FIRE, which for us is in 6 years. Next is consider your debt payoff plan. If you have debt, do you want to go into early retirement with debt? If so, you need to factor that into your budget. If not, you need to make a plan to pay off, especially your high interest debt. Next is consider your future goals. A lot of us who like the jobs that we do have plans on kind of continuing to climb the ladder. We need to make sure that if we do expect pay increases or bonuses, things like that, that you allocate that extra money towards your investments and just continue living off of the pay that you are living off of now. That's a great way to help speed up your financial independence, retire early process, okay? Next is why we chose F.I.R.E. So we're retiring at 45. Actually, we're not retiring at 45, we're retiring at 41. I need to update that. But we'll still have kids living at home. A lot of people who do achieve early retirement still will have minors at home, still have utility bills, water, food, things like that. So you need to keep that in mind. Next is increased health insurance costs. My husband won't be working for a 9-to-5. I won't be working for a 9-to-5. We still need insurance. And even if you get insurance as a self-employed individual, it still costs a lot of money, guys. Insurance in general costs a lot of money, especially health insurance. And you want to make sure you have money allocated for that. Next, I did talk about my special needs son who will need support. Number 4, we want to still invest something, and especially when we reach our early retirement, my daughter will be 20. So if we have grandbabies, we want to make sure that we start saving for them right out the gate so that they can have something to help them get started too. And then, of course, enjoy our hard work by continuing to travel more, volunteering, doing passion projects, continuing to give to others, things like that. And of course, our assets, because you want to make sure you note down what are your assets, what are going to actually get you from point A to point B. You have to write all that down, guys. Make a plan, and so that your assets can get you there. So these are all of our assets. I'm not going to go over them in detail because you guys can see them. But yes, this is just all of our assets. Some of our future assets are the backdoor Roth, which is what I'm working on now, Mommy Trader LLC, a solo 401k, and then M1 Finance. So yes, this is just financial independence, like a brain dump. So let's move on to, and what I need to do is take this view down because it's too big and I need to be able to see. Okay, hope you guys can see that. I'm going to move my face out the way. But yes, this is where our age come in. Let me fix that a little bit. Age, I need to update that because we are retiring in 6 years. But guys, you need to know how old you're going to be when you achieve your financial independence number, what year that's going to be, how much income you plan on living off of. Remember, you cannot withdraw from your Social Security because you won't qualify for it yet, and you won't be able to withdraw out of your 401k because you won't be the standard retirement age. So you need to make sure that your portfolio, your investments, you can pull from. And so, I always talk about the order of withdrawal on my channel, where I'll link the video up above so that you can go back and take a look. But we have 3 thresholds that we're going to start our order of withdrawals. And again, guys, you can go back and take some notes, and if you like, or do the same thing we're doing, though I'm not a financial advisor. But again, I don't see a lot of videos on the order of withdrawal for financial independence, retire early. And that is something that really needs to be talked about and thought about more if you are planning on getting on this journey, because again, you need to know where you're going to withdraw from: a Roth IRA, maybe a taxable brokerage account, savings account, things like that. So yes, we have our F.I.R.E basics, then we have our F.I.R.E bucket goals, which I talked about before in a previous video, but it's all here for you, and our strategy, which is diversifying the portfolio, just different things like that, saying no to lifestyle creep, because that is a big hindrance to your goals, is kind of trying to keep up with the Joneses. And then on this last spreadsheet is a simple investment asset overview that I just put together, and I just took everything out of our August portfolio update, which will be in the eye in the sky if you want to go back and take a look, just to see how our liquid assets are doing for us month over month, so that we can be, on track for our financial goals. So that's pretty much the video, guys. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't too long, but that you guys could really see why we love F.I.R.E, why we recommend F.I.R.E, or just financial freedom for other people. Leave me a comment down below. Is F.I.R.E something you plan on embarking on? If so, which type of F.I.R.E? Let me know down below. I love chatting with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share this video with a friend so that we can get more of this info out there. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.